5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're live with Neve.
All right. How's everybody doing today? Welcome to Live with Neve. It is 10 a.m. We are here on the east coast of North America. I'm looking out at the gorgeous Atlantic Ocean, north to New York City, and it is a great day. It's about 65. My cats are roaming around here telling me they want to be on the air, but it's not happening. Life is good. I hope everybody's week's been good. You know, it's been pretty crazy. For some of my friends, it's been crazy. For some of them, it's always crazy. Today, I have a great guest. I have the one and only Memphis Gold. Now, this guy tears it up. I got to just tell you, I've got some video to play. We're going to be talking to him about his history and music and in the business. And I've got some clips that are just going to knock you out. Incredibly great guitar player. He sings good. All I can tell you is this is the real deal. And he'll be on with me in the next segment, just a few minutes away. So let's see what's going on in the news today. I try to look up for some good news. So the first thing I'll do is I'll scan the headlines, see if there's anything worth. Cedric the Entertainer is roasting Herschel Walker. Okay. Newsom runs billboards. Argentina to hike interest. Boy, I don't see much good news again. This is kind of a bummer. Wow. It's really, I'm going down the list of things that have happened. Nothing yet. We got a guy who tried to kill the Argentine VP. It turns out it was all a hoax. Show how easy, I guess, some idiot could do something like that. God, you know, this mess over in Ukraine, the Russians are getting slapped around, but, you know, it's not over till the fat lady sings. And I'm not like everybody else who's all excited and think everything's going to be peachy. I'm a pretty skeptical guy in nature. And when it comes to wars, show me one that lasted as long as they've said it's gonna. Maybe Grenada or Grenada, however you pronounce it. I say Grenada, you say Grenada. I say tomato, you say tomato. Who gives a crap? So New York is relocating arrivals to Florida now. So between everything, we have politicians on both sides continuing to act silly. I'm curious what your take is on it, people. You know, really, first off, everybody wants to come to America. And so I'm not going to get too much into the politics of it, but I don't think everybody can just come in with a blank check and a key. I'm sorry. I know that's not popular, and that's okay. I don't care about popularity. I just care about common sense and things that make sense. And just saying that everybody, no matter where you come from, no matter what your background, no matter what your criminal record is, we're just going to say, fuck it, throw it up in the air and let anybody in. It just doesn't, you know, do people forget 9/11, 10 years, 20 years ago? Excuse me. But at any rate, that's my opinion. Just from a humor opinion, I think all of them are acting badly. I do think it's pretty funny that they shipped last night when I saw that they had shipped a bunch of Mexican folks up to Martha's Vineyard in Nantucket. I said, well, to myself, I thought, you know, you can't even buy a ham sandwich up there for $15. So getting a burrito for 50 people, you know, if I lived there and had the bucks to live there, I imagine I'd go wander down there and burritos for everybody, take them to the restaurant, feed everybody. There's plenty of money on the island. So the fact that they're kind of having a snit-fit about it shows there. And I'll get on it in a minute. I'll go on to more fun things. But remember this about global warming, people, whether you believe it's happening really bad and it's going to kill us all tomorrow, or whether you believe it's something we don't have to worry about, or if you're somewhere in the middle, you're just a normal person, you think, God, man, we can't keep polluting shit into the air. It's obvious. I don't know anybody, regardless of party, who really is for, you know, poison air and stuff. And no Democrats want to poison our children or anything. people are people, and there's idiots in both parties, and they show themselves all the time. So please don't be offended by my scorn for them. I'm just looking here at the news. Bezos' new engineer's debut. Jeff Bezos is head to head. He's up there trying to go beat Elon. I don't know. He's got kind of a weird alien overlord vibe going on with him anyway. I don't know what's up with that, but they have a picture of him at the New York club or the Manhattan club where he's like eating a green iguana of some kind that's baked, and they've got him sitting out, nothing like Dr. Evil looking optics, So they're saying Putin's facing his toughest challenge yet as a leader. Well, you're going to play, you're going to pay. And I don't know. I still don't think it's all warm and fuzzy because I've never seen a war end when they said it was gonna. Never. And I don't care whether it was a Republican sending them. So think about it yourself. Let's see. For you guys in the stock market, like some of us, get ready to cringe some more. Worst yield curve set to invert by the most in 40 years. Those of you who are not that old, I remember that. That was back when I was about 20 years old, and Jimmy Carter was our president, and didn't go too good. Old Jimmy, really a great man. Just, I mean, his politics, he was a mess, but an honorable man and a decent man for sure. So we've got, this is kind of not really good news, but it's funny news. Apparently, all the tech goobs who make our internet and all this crap, the latest thing out in Silicon Valley, I shit you not, is inside the booming world of leg straightening. So apparently what's happening is these goofs who make like huge amounts of money are going to have height extension, which basically means breaking your femur into sections, putting pins in it to pull it apart. And I can tell you, I have some pins in my body. It doesn't feel good getting them put in, and the recovery is a nightmare. So these guys who are like the little 5 foot, I guess they're the stereotypical computer dweeb, sits in a cubicle all day and makes like $600,000 an hour. Pretty good gig if you can get it. Well, now the newest thing they're doing is getting stretched. So apparently one guy in the tech department went and got himself stretched, and he used to be a 5'2" troll. Now he's 6'4". He's buff, he's tanned, he's fit, and he still doesn't have a girlfriend. But I don't know what you guys think about that, but I'm going to tell you, I'm just not that vain. Having stretch surgery, I mean, seriously, only people who want that are people who have not had surgery. Because if you have, man, that shit hurts. I mean, you just don't want to do it if you can't. So I think it's kind of humorous, the lengths people will go to just, not be themselves. So we've got DeSantis to send Cubans to Delaware. The border battle's escalating. And now the White House is weighing legal action. So whatever that means, this will continue. I tell you, the story will continue. And we have a food delivery robot that drove through a police crime scene. What can possibly go wrong with all this stuff, man? We've all seen Terminator. Shit, man. I know what's coming. Be the robotic dog coming in here, jumping, chasing my cat. You can't kill it. Although they did have an episode on Black Mirror, which was just what I'm talking about, where these robotic dogs, the last 4 or 5 dozen people were trying to hide out from them. It was just about impossible. Well, let's see what we've got in the comments here. Good morning. I've got Kim. I've got Dan. I've got Pete. I got Kim. I got Pam. How's everybody? What do we got here? Yeah. Okay. So they're showing obviously some kind of stuff about the whole like Nantucket, and I just have to say, my uncle, hey Phyllis, how are you? Good morning. We have joining us this morning shortly, Memphis Gold. I'm just sitting here kind of going over the day's news, and for those who haven't seen, there is a new movie. This is good news. Whitney Houston biopic reveals trailer. That will be really good. I know the people who are involved in making it, and it's going to be probably damn good. That was a really sad story, Whitney Houston, Bobby Brown kind of rode hard and just ruined her. And he was just a sorry son of a bitch, if you ask me. That's my opinion. But Whitney had a voice of gold, and she was just a sweetheart. And it's really sad what happened to her. Girl's voice is just still, when you listen to it, if you haven't heard her in a while, just put on a record, something that, from the 80s. or 90s. And I still remember when she sang the anthem at the football game. It was unbelievable. I mean, the girl had a voice. I have a feeling kind of she, like a lot of musicians and people in the industry, had a certain amount of family and hangers on. And, you know, marrying Bobby Brown, that didn't really help her out much. You know, here's a pro tip. If you're an alcoholic or a drug addict, do you and her and your family a favor. Don't get married. Shack up, run off, do whatever you're going to do. But if you're just going to be a drunken sot, you know, reconsider your plans for marriage or family. At any rate, I'm going through the news. We have the first wealth festival, as if we need to be reminded that the wealthy amongst us kind of pee on everybody and tell them it's raining. Let's see. We have Charles. King Charles is now inducted, or whatever they do to him. So we have a new king now, or we don't. The Brits do. I bow to no man. At any rate, I hope none of you do either. It's bad. It's bad form. So let's see. Yeah, it's funny, Phyllis. I thought to myself, they need Bill Murray. One of my friend's bands plays there every summer, the Murata Brothers, and Bill Murray shows up and he buys all the merchandise, he buys all the food, and he gives it out to everybody at their show, the Murata Brothers yearly show. It's great fun. And if you've ever encountered Bill Murray, he's the prince of the man, and just what a funny guy. You know, I just like the way he rolls. Shows up at somebody's wedding and gives them $50,000 for their wedding gift. That's how to roll, man. Talk about giving it back to people in the community. So what's everybody out there doing? I see Dan and Pam and Phyllis and everybody else, and there's many more to come, and people who watch late at night on the web. It's really funny when I look at the list of where my hits come from, and you can follow the time around the globe. You know, we've got our fans in Australia, and they're like completely backwards from us. Like right now, I guess it's 10 here. So I think it's about 12 o'clock at night over there, if I'm not mistaken. I saw a couple of my fans lurking around earlier, so maybe they'll refresh my memory. Okay. So it appears that the monkeypox epidemic is waning. You know, I feel good. I don't have any monkeypox. I haven't been indulging in any high-risk sexual activities today. Yeah, so avoid the monkeypox, man. Just, you know, do whatever you got to do. Kim, I'm sorry you're sick. That really is a bummer. And it's hell growing old, you know. Too bad we get all these smarts before we, you know, get old and decrepit. I'm kidding you. I'm feeling my age this week. I turned 61 over the weekend. There you go, Pam. That's always a good thing. And good morning, Gina. You're up early out there. My gosh, she's up at 7:15 in Los Angeles. I'm going to ask her if she wants to be on the show again this morning. I know she just crawled out of bed. Let's see. What else we got here? Gina, Pumpkin Eater. There she is. This is one of our friends. Toby hasn't showed up yet, the girl from Wilshire Boulevard. But when Gina's here, all is well in the world at Neve headquarters. What a woman. God almighty. I live vicariously through her concert list. She sees more excellent bands. Her and Toby are well connected out there in the hothouse that is LA. It's again, I'm still trying to find some good news here. I just don't see it. Mystery diamond from space, game changer for machine parts. Okay. Well, that's kind of good news. Some technology coming out of the space project and all. As far as the rest of it, I don't know. In my world, things are great. I played with Clarence Clemens' son, Nick, last weekend. Had a really great time. Nick is a great kid. I call him a kid. He's a man. He's a grown man, but I feel like everybody's a kid now after this latest birthday. My dad said, wait till you get to 80, 79. At any rate, I'm sure, you know, for all of us getting older, don't be a pain in the ass and gripe all the time, man. You know, everybody's got pains and troubles. Try and, you know, find some way to give them a drink or something. You know, I don't drink, but if they don't have a problem, go ahead and load them up with some booze. I keep them friendly. At my house, when we get strange people, I just hand them some booze, tell them to go out on the front porch, and dinner will be in 2 hours. Just come on back to the barbecue. Let them go. They're a form of entertainment. Yeah, Pam, you know, his son is he's a real gentleman. Clarence, everybody who knows Clarence, I never met him, but I'm actually going to have the singer from his band will be on with me. Let me think. I think the last weekend of this month. I have to look at my calendar, which course, isn't here. I'm so ready for my show with show prep and all that stuff. But everybody who's worked for Clarence said what a great guy he is. And, if you look at somebody, you can just tell their heart by looking in their eyes. You can tell what kind of person they are. And in his case, he had a great smile and a great laughing eyes. And, I like people who laugh a lot. People who bitch and moan and complain, just give them a drink and put them out on the porch. Forget about it. We're here to have fun. Like this show, we occasionally say a bad word. We occasionally offend some politician. But, trust me, politicians, by the time they get elected, they don't have any skin or sensory organs that feel pain or misery anymore. They can calculate numbers. That's what they're good at, calculating numbers. And that's a good thing to have. So here we are. It is 10:15. I'm going to go to a quick break, and let's see what we've got here. I will be right back, and we're going to be back with Memphis Gold. We're going to have some rock and roll, and it's going to be great fun. See you in a few minutes.
Yeah, I'll show you this.
Oh, please do. Yay.
Oh, we're going for the bass.
Hi, I'm trumpeter Greg Adams, and I'm live with Neve.
Hi, this is Leland Sklar, and I am hanging with Neve, and I am having the best time of my life.
Live with Neve, Fridays on the East Coast.
Like a melting flake of snow this year. I won't be sad to see it go.
Hi, I'm Darren F. Flynn, a singer-songwriter from Ireland, and I'm on Live with Neve.
I would have said it couldn't happen here. The people we
All right. We're back. I'm back. How's everybody doing? You're probably doing as well as you were a minute. There we go. Toby Simmons, the girl from Wilshire Boulevard, is here. Toby, I know you've got all kinds of cool stuff going on. I've been looking at your list and stopping in at your various gigs and stuff, different hours, times of the night. All right. There's Toby on the house. Toby, I have got a killer guest this morning, and I'm going to bring him on and let you, I'm going to introduce him. What's happening?
Hey. How's the world out there, man? I'm telling you, I'm just feeling real good this morning. And I want to say happy birthday to you again, Neil. I mean, man.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir, man.
Every day we're still above ground is a good one, man. I'm thankful,
That's right.
I don't get up cranky. Man, life's too short to do it.
That's right, man. Keep a smile on your face and keep on moving. Keep it moving,
You know what? You got to try. There's so many people out there, and you walk. It's like you walk in New York City. So many people that look at them like, "What? Your stock dropped 80 points today?" No, I'm kidding. They're all like, No. There's always going to be bad stuff going on, but it doesn't mean, you got to add it to your own pile of misery. Is the way I feel. A lot of people are so sensitive these days that I kind of go, life is hard, man. If these little things are trifles bother you so much, man, you've got it good.
That's right. I mean, that's right.
There's really and I've always believed there's a saying, God lets you live longer if you complain a lot. He'll keep you living. That way you complain till the end, you'll outlive everybody.
Well, my daddy used to say, son, just grin and bear it. That's all you got to do is grin and bear it. I said,
that's
okay, Bob.
Yep. Good
just
wisdom,
Right.
Everything we learn from our parents, we forget for about 30 years. And then all of a sudden you start having children and your life unfolds. And
Yeah.
Go, wow. I realize now what a pain in the ass I was to my parents and how hard they worked and all that kind of thing.
Oh, yeah. I'll tell you.
So how's things in Memphis, man? Is the Reverend Green still singing on Sunday?
Well, I don't think about that, Neil. I'm originally from Memphis. I lived there all my life pretty much, but now I live on the, I guess in what I call the concrete jungle. I'm about 2 miles from Washington, D.C. I live in Arlington, Virginia now.
Okay.
Yeah,
I got you.
All right. So I'm actually, you're in New York, right?
Yes.
Well, I'm only three hours and some change away from you.
I know, man. You just hop on a train, man. You're in New York here. It's great service.
That's right. That's right. But like I said, Memphis, I was in Memphis about a month ago. I was there for a family reunion and seeing some of my nieces who are started to sing again now. What it was, Neil, they always wanted to record. They never could, get the get the funds, and they could never do it, do it professionally. So I said, well, I've got all these nieces that can sing. I said, well, wait a minute, let me get these guys together and let them and record them, So that's what I've been doing for the last year almost,
The production on this is just excellent. It blew me away. I just listened again this morning and I went, oh yeah, this is some good stuff. It really is.
Well, thank you, man.
You produced it, and it doesn't, like I've heard a lot of your stuff. You didn't, just because you're a blues man, you got way more chops than that,
Right.
It's just like I could tell because it was such a slick production. I was like, all right, we got the Steely Dan intro, and the girls can sing. If anybody's listening out there, go to Memphis Gold. He's on YouTube. He's got his his niece's material out. I just saw something that had 4 of the songs, and it came across, and I went, oh yeah. So I clicked it on and listened loud. My neighbors are home, and it's great. Go ahead.
Well, see, I thought it was about time for me to get that. See, when I grew up, playing the blues and everything was always taboo in my family because they were all these so-called Pentecostal,
Sure.
Holy Ghost fire. But I said to myself, I'm going to show them that now I can really, coming back into my own, with the spiritual side of my spiritual realm and try to help my nieces, and produce some good music, So that's what I'm doing, man.
Well, that's a good thing. It's like they said, I've seen a lot of bluesmen in the club till 4 a.m. and see them in church the next day. So you never know what somebody's made out of or what they're trying to accomplish in life,
Exactly, man. Exactly.
And,
So,
I've played in a blues band, and hell, if you'd have been married to my second wife, anybody'd know what the blues are about. Wherever you're at, honey, I hope you're having a good day. Watch the show. It's all about you, baby.
I'm feeling you, brother. I'm feeling you. But we do need, and now you was talking earlier about so much crazy stuff going on in the world and America and stuff, man. We really need to put some plus, and my thing is put some plus in people's lives. You know what I'm saying? Put some plus, PLUS, put some plus. It may not be monetarily, but it can be, it can be saying something nice to somebody in the morning. Wake it up and saying good morning. We don't say good morning.
Complimenting somebody on their, their shoes or their coat or whatever it is,
Exactly, man. And you'll feel better, and you make the people around you feel better. You know what I mean? Let's just feel better together,
I've found it's like some people they're like rude about it. They'll go to some chick who they just want to hit on, and they'll be like, why don't you smile? Well, I don't want to smile at you because you're an impolite bastard. That's why, you're a schmuck. You talk to me that way. But then on the other hand, I've seen people who just look miserable, and I'll go, don't worry, folks, it'll get better. I tell them,
exactly.
I look like you had a hard day. Don't sweat it, man.
That's right.
Buy a cup of coffee for somebody, might make a difference. It really,
yeah. And like sometimes I get on the elevator, I say, oh, smile, God loves you too. You know what I mean? All kinds of good stuff, to make conversation, we don't make conversation much more with each other. Yeah, exactly.
Sitting around the table. I mean, come on, I'm addicted to it as much as anybody, but not at the dinner table.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, and I don't know people in the audience. You can comment. I turn my shit off. As if I have things to do that I have to focus on. I turn off my Facebook feed. I turn off my cell phone. I know there's nothing earth-shattering. If there was something really major in my life, I'd be aware of it. If somebody dies, it can keep for a half hour because what am I going to do? I'm not going to do any kind of spiritual blessing from here that's going to resurrect them. Last time I checked, it's not working.
Exactly.
I kind of am like, if you don't take control of your own time, people will. And end up, like, it'll always get filled. And even myself, I could sit around my house. I got a bunch of guitars and drums and stuff. I'm always shiny objects. I could be working on one thing. And, I'm going to go play on my drums for 15 minutes. And then it's like, but if you
exactly.
Stuff done, man. Make a list, sit down, turn off all
and do one thing at a time.
Finish them. That way it's done and out of the way. So we're trying to get people pumped up this morning. All right.
Exactly. And another thing when I'm on the phone, if somebody calls me, wait a minute, I'm saying, wait a minute, I can only talk to one person at a time. I'm not clicking over. I'm not doing none of that. I'll call you when people should do one thing at a time. You know what I'm saying? And just take a chill pill and enjoy life sometime. Don't let people rush you.
Absolutely. Well, Toby, I'm looking here. It says you were on Wilshire last night. What kind of trouble were you getting into there, babe? She's up early, so she must not have gotten into too much trouble. It's only about 7:30 out in LA right now.
Uh-huh.
Well, you know, since you're here because you're a blues man, I think it's time
Uh-huh.
to play some blues. Show these people what
Hey.
it's all about.
Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate the exposure, man. I'm just a little old blues man trying to make a living for myself. You know, it's hard out here right now, especially since the pandemic. But man, I really appreciate you, Neil. Really
Hey,
do,
man,
man.
it's hard for everybody in the performing arts these days. We're not getting
Oh,
paid
yeah.
enough. People
Yeah.
are, you know, they can have a big party, they can pay for that, but then they call you up and they say, I'm having a party, and you tell them what it costs. And they'll
Right.
be like, well, that's crazy money.
But you know
If you-
what though? You know what, Neil? I blame it on a lot of us musicians. You know, I love playing with a lot of guys in my band. You know, and stuff. I mean, I play with anybody.
Hey,
But
me too.
for the guys who tell me after this gig that we had fun, I don't play with those guys anymore. I'm serious.
Yeah,
I know people think I'm crazy. It ain't fun trying to be a musician. I enjoy it, but if a musician come back and say, "Hey, Memphis, oh man, I had fun playing with you last night," I don't play with those guys anymore because this is what I do for my living. And believe it or not, people think that musicians that's all we do is want to have fun. It ain't
right.
about
And
fun.
like we ain't got any bills to pay. We don't have, you know, all that
exactly.
exposure doesn't put bank at the end of the day.
Exactly. So I don't take music as being fun. I enjoy it, but if you tell me, if you say to me, Memphis, I had fun last night playing with you, man, we don't play together no more. I'm sorry. You know,
I'll remember that. I will definitely keep that in mind.
That's right.
Well, all right. Well, let's listen to some rock and roll and some blues. This is a great track, people. This is a long track, but I like it, and I think you will too. So here we go, everybody. Let's see if we can get a technical thing going on here. It seems the tech gods are cooperating.
Okay, good.
Can you hear that?
Not yet, but I know it's coming.
Can you hear it?
No, not yet.
Hold on. Hold on. Okay, so you weren't hearing any music at all, just seeing the video, is that right?
No, I'm not hearing anything at all. Just see that. I see.
Okay, I don't mean to be laughing. We're just having one of those technical moments where I go, what in the hell? It's supposed to go there. Well, let's see. How can I do this? I know what I'm going to do. Hang on, everybody. I'm sorry I got a punt here, so we're going to just YouTube. Bear with me, people. Sometimes shit happens.
That's right. I was just going to say the same thing.
And we're going to be fine. You're going to hear some Memphis Gold. I got the same song here. All right, people. I'm sorry that this had to get done this way, but we're going to live with it. As long as the show goes on, man.
That's right. That's
we'll
right.
Get rid of this. Remove that. And now, without further ado, you hear it all right?
Oh, great.
What a great song.
Thank you.
All right, everybody, Memphis Blue. Okay.
There we go.
So we have a couple other tracks here. Let me all right, that is some killer stuff. And we're gonna play another tune while we're here. Did you hear that okay?
Oh yeah, I can hear it. I can hear it. Finally, can't started coming through.
Excellent. Sorry we have to do this, but
that's all right. Yeah, it happens. It happens, you know. But just go, like I said, if you go to YouTube and go to
Yeah.
Memphis Gold Blues Festival 2019, I believe it is. But it's a
Yep.
great show we did, man. I enjoyed it.
It was, and some of these tunes, like I've played myself, I'd love to play with you. Big Leg Woman, I'm going to put that on because that's an old blues standard that we've all heard.
Yes,
Nothing
sir.
like a good old big-legged woman, too, let me tell you.
Oh, man, gracious.
People, give this a listen. Turn it up, people. People, that's how you do it. Listen to that walk.
Thank you, my brother.
No rushing. That's just in the pocket.
Big leg woman. You need to hold your own, let you down. Well.
Ask them how can you get to the UK. I'm on cover. I've been trying to get over there. Yeah.
What you working with down there, woman? Just might drive a man like me insane. Billy, woman. You need to hold your dress till down. Well. Big leg, woman. I think you need to hold your dress till down. What you got down there, woman? We'll make a bulldog kiss a hound. Oh, yeah. I'm on the silence, please.
All right. Man, that was some good stuff. All right, we're going to be right back. We're going to the break. Memphis Gold, how about it? That was some good stuff right there.
Hey there, it's Kevin Sorbo here, and you lucky people, you are live. You're live with Neve or Neve or Neve. I don't know. I can't say the dude's name. Anyway, you're on live with him, so I don't know. I guess that's a pretty good thing.
Hey everybody, this is Steve from Reach for the Sky, along with James from Reach for the Sky. And you're listening live with me.
All right. Yeah, I'm telling you what, gotta love all these great people. So I have a question for you. Have you played in LA before with your band?
I've played at Monterey. I did the Monterey Blues Festival back in 2010. But man, I would love to be back out there in California again. There's a little festival also up in the Antioch that I played at called Antioch Blues Festival. I've been there, but man, I'm ready to get back to the West Coast, man.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, these ladies know everybody. You never know how things work out.
Oh, okay. Well, hey,
Yeah.
I'm
Well, you know, you definitely need to get out to the West Coast. Everybody needs to get out there once in a while. I know I'm long overdue for a trip. I didn't make it last year to NAMM, and I'm ready to go. I'm itching to get my LA fix, you know? So everyone, you have any questions for Memphis while we're here? Please feel free to ask away. And if not, I'm going to play some more music because, hell, I could talk and jabber all day, but man, I'd rather listen to this. Is some really fine stuff.
Well, thank you, man, brother. I appreciate it. Man, I've been, trying to keep it going for a number of years now, and I'm hoping that your listening audience, man, love my music, pick some of it up, and hey, man, just let me know, hit me. I'm always available.
You are a hell of a guitar player, is all I could say, man. You really, thank you, man. It's just smoking. And
well, thank you.
I was in a band with some guys from Mississippi, and we were a pretty good blues band. And I say pretty good because on any given night, you can be great. You can be the best band in the world. You just never know. It's,
exactly.
2 a.m. sometimes you have some magic moments. And I'll tell you what, you've just been doing this a long time. So tell me, how did you get your start in music?
Well, I started when I was about, believe it or not, about 4 or 5 years old. My daddy took me to a parade down on Beale Street. It was like a marching parade, and he said he was holding me in his arms, and I was going to the beat of the music. He said he knew then I was going to be a something or another, with music. And he finally, around 6 or 7, he got me a little bit. I started playing mandolin, believe it or not, before I started playing guitar.
No kidding.
And
You're a big
yeah.
guy too, man, with your fingers. I bet that was kind of a trick.
Oh, it was a trick. But yeah, then I spent a little time in the military for about 14 years where I didn't even pick up a guitar, maybe a couple of times out of the whole 14 years I was in the Navy. But after I got out of the Navy in the 80s, man, I just went full time out and started to play again down on Beale Street, which in Memphis. And I got pretty good. Started doing a lot of woodshed. Over years, you take a little here, you take a little yourself. But I've always tried to
moving forward.
Move forward and get a signature for myself. I hear a lot of guitar players out there, and there's some good guitar players. But if you can hear a guitar player that you know, then you got a signature.
As soon as you hear him, certain people like Billy Gibbons,
Exactly.
As soon as I hear his lead, I know even he's playing with somebody else. You can just tell.
That's right. Exactly. But you hear a lot of guitar players, and you hear a lot of some of them they sound like Jimi Hendrix, and then you hear some sound like Stevie Ray Vaughan. You hear some, but when you really clue in on your signature is when that that you can you can stand outside of a club and say, "Oh, I know that's Memphis Gold." You know what I mean? I know this is Neil. You know what I mean?
Hear it down the street and go, "I'm coming that way."
Exactly. So that's where I am in my music day. But I enjoy it. I enjoy being being a musician. Like I said, it ain't fun, but I enjoy it.
Oh, I enjoy it too. I know what you mean though about it is work, and if you approach it like that, you got to get up there and do a really good job. Some bands don't have much work ethic, and you have to really.
It's
if
really
you don't
hard
like what you're doing and you're playing in a band, you don't realize how lucky you are to get paid and make a living at it.
Exactly.
You got to take it at a certain level of due diligence, and I've changed a lot, man. I was a wild and crazy rock and roll guy. I've done it all, I've seen it all. But now I look back and I go, man, I shouldn't have done that twice. Once would have been enough, What can I tell you? I got songs here that you've written, like "Test Drive That Woman."
Yes, sir.
Story of my life, man. I'm telling you. I'm going to put it up for a minute. Let's everybody, Memphis Gold. We're going to listen to "Test Drive That Woman."
Like a brand new car.
Still smells fresh.
I wanna test drive that woman like a brand new car. I wanna test drive that woman, y'all, like a brand new car. But if a motor ain't running right, I can't stay for just one night. She gotta have 2 bucket seats, a little bit of junk in her trunk. She gotta have 2 bucket seats, y'all, a little bit of junk in her trunk. But if her motor ain't running right, I can't stay for just one night.
There we go, Memphis Gold. Write it down.
I'm gonna put your pedal to the metal and put her loving in overdrive. I'm gonna put your pedal to the metal and put her loving in overdrive. But if her motor ain't running right, I can't stay for just one night.
Gotta do it too now. Great piano player. I like it doubling your line.
bucket seats, a little bit of junk and a trunk. She gotta have 2 bucket seats, y'all, a little bit of junk and a trunk. But if her motor ain't running right, I can't stay for just one night. But if her motor ain't running right, I can't stay for just one night. But if her motor ain't running right, I can't stay for just one.
All right. That's some Memphis Gold tearing it up, man. What a great song. My God. Unmute your mic, Memphis. Your mic's muted.
I got Well, thank you, man. I be trying, man. I get a lot of sometimes sitting down with a lot of ideas back in the day and even now, and say, okay, I always, how men guys be sitting around talking about the girls, of course. I said, man, I need to test drive that woman like a brand new car. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. It's got that new car smell, man.
Yes, sir.
New perfume.
That's right.
Boy, I tell you. Oh, man, Andreas, what's happening, man? Good morning from Sweden. Well, since Andreas is here, he has one monster B3. He can play the blues, let me tell you.
Oh, man. Yeah,
he is an amazing B3 player.
But guess what, man? They love me in Sweden, man. I mean, I love Sweden.
I love Sweden too.
Oh, man, I played at the Amal Blues Festival. I played Stockholm. Oh, man, I'm ready to get back, I had a couple of gigs that I was supposed to have been doing, but right before pandemic hit, man, and then you know what that did, right?
If you need a drummer, man, I got my passport. I'm ready to roll.
Let's roll, Neil. I'm ready.
Go to Sweden next summer, man.
That's right.
We'll be doing the show live from Sweden. That's okay. We'll make it happen. I don't care.
And all I got to say is skål, skål, skål.
Yes. Nothing like those lovely bikini team members over there.
That's right.
I'll say this. I'm going to play another song. For everybody around here, I grew up in New York.
Yeah.
And so I've heard all kinds of music, played everything, seen everything, thought I've seen it all. But I got married to a Southern girl, and a lot of white people had no idea what cotton is like to pick.
That's right.
No fucking idea, no clue, including this one till about 1979. And
right.
I went up, and her family were, like a lot of people in the South, land rich and cash poor. They were sharecroppers who kept their property over the decades. They were land rich, cash poor. She had a family who all worked their ass off. They grew tobacco and they grew cotton.
Yes, sir.
And I'll tell you what, I'm going to play this next song because I have somewhere a piece of cotton. And occasionally when my daughters would give me some trouble, I'd be thinking I'm going to show them that piece of cotton and tell them, you think you've got it rough?
That's right.
Here, you take this cotton and you pick it apart for a minute. See how it feels. Or here, take a piece of tobacco.
That's right.
Think about it in the hot sun all day long, stacking that shit.
Oh,
sheds
my God.
And the stuff all over you. So I know what it's like. And
man, there's a little boy, they worked me, man, like something crazy. I mean, I was little, but I caught the very end of when tractors started. I mean, mechanic, I remember the mules and oh my God, all that kind of stuff, out there in the hot sun. But I'm 68 years old, so I caught that when tractors and stuff would be more modern. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
right.
Yeah. So they say I'm one of the last guys to come around. When cotton was king of the Mississippi Delta, man.
Well, people have no idea how much of a pain in the ass it is to do that work, and that's why
I'm telling you, man. And you better have some in your hands, because your hands gonna be all cut up and everything.
By the time, I mean, I'll tell you what, some of her family's hands, these are hardworking people, man. And
yes, sir.
Man, her grandma probably crushed her hands. She was a strong woman, let me tell you.
Exactly.
Well, listen, I'm going to go ahead and play another song since Andreas dropped in, and we're getting to the end of the show. But sometimes the show starts a little late, sometimes it ends a little late.
Yeah, that's okay.
You can't kind of do what you want to do, All
Okay,
right.
Andreas.
I'm
Okay,
gonna,
Andreas, I will.
let me see what I can pull up here. Something
All right.
good. Oh, that's not it. All right, let's see. Ah, no, that's not it.
Okay. I know which one you're talking about too, huh?
Oh, I'm gonna play a song by you. Tell me if you can hear this.
Okay.
Could you hear that?
I heard the click click, but I couldn't hear the. I couldn't hear the.
Okay, now I'm gonna have to figure that out later. But I'm gonna just play this song right here on the regular stream. Come back where I can
Okay.
see you guys. All right, here we are. We're picking in High Cotton.
All right now.
You know what? When you ain't got no money, you got the blues. When you can't pay your rent, you got the blues. You see that guy over there? He done drunk up all his money.